Hey, Trevor and Fan Show about Big D back here again with another movie review, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So since I mentioned to you earlier this week that I hurt my hand, so I wasn't able to do a whole lot this weekend, so I decided to go ahead and sit down and watch some of these movies I've been picking up. And so I don't normally do this, but I've had a couple people request, hey, when you watch these things, will you let us know what your thoughts on them? So I'm going to do that. So let's start off. I did watch Cold Pursuit this weekend. And I actually really like this movie. This is actually a really good flick. It's dark comedy. It wasn't what I expected. I kind of thought it was going to be like Taken. And although there's some Taken elements to the movie, it's a lot more dark comedy in there. There was, especially the ending, the very last scene of the movie, I was laughing so hard I couldn't stop laughing for about 10 minutes. I was dying. It was just absolutely hilarious. But it's a really well done movie. It reminds me so much like a little bit of Fargo and a little bit of like Logan Lucky type situation. Like it's got that kind of weird comedy to it, but sometimes it's trying to be serious at the same time. But they really pulled off a good stint with this movie. I really enjoyed it. It looked good, and I picked it because it looked good, but I didn't think it was gonna be that good. But I really enjoyed it. It had great cinematography. The acting was pretty good in the movie. Liam Neeson, as always, was awesome. But this was just a fun movie. You're just looking for a fun movie with some dark comedy to it. Like there's a couple times be really serious scenes, somebody do something stupid, and you're like, did I just see that? Or what? I love movies like that where they completely, it completely throws you off. You're just not used to that kind of stuff. And that's what this movie is. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like, was it? It's only an hour and something minutes, wasn't it? I think it was like an hour, 119 minutes, like 2 hours long, but it went really quickly. Again, it was just a fun movie. Yeah, stay to the, even if you think the movie ends, keep watching a few seconds more when you watch this paraglider guy. You'll know what I'm talking about. This was a great movie. So, if I was to rate this movie on my world famous, Red Vines, I would give this a 7.5. I really enjoyed it. No, I think I'd give it an 8. I think a solid 8. Yeah, would be better than that because I really did like it. There was some really funny stuff that happened in this movie. There was a couple times it was a little slow towards the beginning when they're trying to pick up some speed, but once it got going, it didn't stop. So I definitely recommend going out and seeing Cold Pursuit. Now, the next movie I watched is The Kid. This one's got Ethan Hawke and let's see here, was it Dane DeHaan and Chris Pratt? This is kind of a story along lines, not really along lines, but it has Billy the Kid in it. It was different than I thought it was going to be. I thought the whole movie was going to be about Billy the Kid, and it wasn't. It was more about this brother and his sister. Billy was kind of a backdrop character, along with Pat Garrett was in the movie, obviously quite a bit too. That's who Ethan Hawke plays. But it was actually a really good movie. It's a really good Western. It's been a while since I've seen a good Western, and this really was that. Again, the cinematography was beautiful. The acting is really well done. I would give this another 8 red vines for sure. I think that, again, this started off a little slowly. It was kind of confusing in the beginning to figure out what exactly was going on because I wasn't too sure if this was actually Billy the Kid in the beginning, if it was somebody else. That got a little bit confusing. And then as the movie started going on a little bit more, oh, okay, I got it. So that'd be my only really complaint about it. But I really did enjoy it. It's a good watch. It's a really good Western. It's fun to watch these kind of things and see a different take on certain, characters from the past. So I do recommend this. It is a really good movie. You definitely want to check it out. So that's The Kid. Next, I watched this one, The Haunting of Sharon Tate. This was an okay movie. I thought it was going to be different than it was. This movie was not what I thought it was going to be. This was more like kind of what if rather than what really happened. I don't really want to ruin it, but it was more. It told the story of Sharon Tate, but then they changed a bunch of stuff to make it like this alternate reality type thing. You got to watch to see what I'm talking about. It got a little confusing at parts because she kept having these weird dreams of everything happening, and then she would, wake up, and then it was really kind of weird. It's one of those ones where like there was like ripple effects, if I can explain it, like where she started seeing other realities of what happened to her. So it's like one of those realities. They discussed in the movie how Sharon Tate believes there's different realities out there, and then that in different universes you could have made different decisions, stuff like that. That's kind of what they went with that one. It was like, well, in this universe she did this, in this universe she did, but she kept getting echoes from the other universes of herself. Really kind of weird. It's really slow and drawn out in certain places. Like it really took a long time to get going, and once it did, I felt like it didn't go very far. There were some interesting premises in it. I did like the fact that what would happen if she had been able to thwart the whole thing, but at the same time, I can understand why Sharon Tate's sister would not endorse this movie. I can really understand that. My Red Vines, I gave it a 5. I'm glad I watched it because I was really curious. Will I watch it again? I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll pick it up again sometime down the road, but it left a lot to be desired. It was, I don't even think even Hilary Duff's acting wasn't even that great in the movie. And I think they portrayed a couple of the characters a little bit different than they really should have. But it was okay. It's neat to see Hollywood back in the 60s. It's always neat to see that, see the different clothing, different style, different times, stuff like that. But I think if you're going to do something about Sharon Tate, you should base on reality and not this kind of what if type situation. So that one, I would wait till HBO, honestly, and then give it a look. If you're really curious at all, it was all right. It was just all right. And the last movie I watched over this weekend, and I really, really enjoyed it, is Captive State. I really like this movie. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's a slow burn through the whole thing. This is a movie that's not like a typical movie where like you see the alien attack and then the humans rally the group and they defeat the aliens in the end. This is more like the aliens came to Earth. We surrendered relatively quickly because they were more powerful than us. And then 7 years later, it's about lighting that spark so the rebellion can begin. So it's a slow burn movie through the whole movie. There's only a couple times where a little bit of action kicks up. It's mostly character driven and mostly story driven. But I can understand why some people didn't like it because it got, it's slow. There's certain times it's slow. But I really enjoyed it. I love the characters. John Goodman was awesome. There is a few twists and turns here and there that you have to be careful of. I'm really sorry for the scratching, but my cat won't quit scratching the door. So sorry about that. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really well done movie. I thought the effects were really cool I think this is a pretty mid-budget movie. I don't think it's a high-profile, high-budget movie, but they did a really good job with that. Again, John Goodman was really good, and there was a couple twists and turns in this movie that I thought were pretty cool, especially the ending. I really did enjoy that. I think that a couple of times I kind of figured out where they were going, but the cool thing about this movie was, even though I kind of figured it out, I didn't figure out the whole thing. It's like they kind of started going, oh, that's where they're going, and then all of a sudden they did that, but they shot off on another direction at the same time, and I really enjoyed that. It's really well done. The visuals were really cool in this movie to see like the cities all torn apart and damaged, and what would happen after something like this, and I really enjoyed that aspect. I would give this movie a 9. 9 red vines, no joke. I mean, I really, really like this movie. And again, there's a lot of people out there that are haters that really did not like this movie at all. And I get it. I can understand that. If you're looking for a pure science fiction, hardcore, just run and gun and shoot, and, do all that stuff and just loads and loads of action, that's not this movie. This movie's it's very drawn out. It is a complete slow burn. But as you watch the pieces come together over the course of the movie, and you start putting them together yourself, it really gets really, really interesting, because I think in this movie this is more like what would happen. And I love stuff like this. There was a TV show on a few years ago called Falling Skies. Same premise. You never really saw the aliens invade and take over. What you saw was the aftermath years later, how humans are trying to deal with it and how humans are trying to fight back. And that's what this was. And it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. I do highly recommend it. Just be forewarned, it's a slow burn. So it's not like it's going to be, run out really quick. It's going to be slow, but I guarantee you'll like this movie. So that is it. That's the 4 movies I watched this weekend. Actually, I got one more. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I want to grab this movie too because I forgot about this one. But I did watch Creature, the one I showed you guys in my videos about a week and a half ago. I did watch this. I gotta say, I really liked it. There's some cheese to it, but it was actually really well done. The effects looked really cool. The story was kind of been there, done that before, but I really liked it. The characters there was a few characters you're like, dude, these guys need to go. And they went. But it actually didn't pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out. And it did have an interesting ending to it that I actually really liked. I thought that was very interesting how they did it. There's some definite cheese to it, definite cheese, but overall, well done movie. Special effects were top rate in this movie. The creature looked really good. The gore effects were really well done in this movie. I actually really enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10 red vines. I mean, I actually really liked it. My only complaint would have been, I think it could have been a little longer, actually. I think that they sped up a few things a little too quickly. I think they could have maybe slowed down and explained a little bit more. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this movie. Sid Haig's in it. I pretty much liked everything he's done in. And the guy from Supergirl who plays Jimmy Olsen's in this movie. And I thought for sure he'd be one of the first ones to get killed off because I think this was done before he started. It was done. I know he had done True Blood before this. because he had a stint, I think it was season 2 in True Blood, where he played the character Eggs, but I don't think he got in Supergirl yet, so I thought, oh, he'll probably be one of the ones, because usually it's the high-profile people that live. No, he was strong in this movie. He was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be some cheese fest. I'd watch it once and toss it aside, be no big deal again, but I'm going to watch this movie again. I really, really liked it, and I would really recommend, if you get a chance, watch it. Don't expect, Ben-Hur out of this, or don't expect, like, Casablanca or something like that. But if you're just looking for a great movie to sit back with some corn and watch, this is definitely your movie. So that is it. That is my review of some recent movies I watched. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't do this often because I kind of feel like sometimes people don't take my reviews seriously, like, oh, whatever. But I've had a couple people request that, hey, do some movie reviews, stuff like that. We want to see what your opinions on some of this stuff. So hope this works out. If I do get a pretty good response on this, I will do more of these. I do watch quite a few movies, actually. I actually watched more than this weekend, but this is all I want to kind of go over this weekend. But because I did watch Captain Marvel also. And I watched Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I watched, that was it. Just those are the 2 movies. But still, I don't go over everything. But I'm thinking I might start doing this if you guys really do enjoy it. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Also, please share this video out there. Get my reviews out there so other people can watch this stuff. I really appreciate what you guys have been doing. I've been getting some momentum lately. It's all because of you guys this is happening. Thank you guys all for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. That little bell will tell you when I do put up new videos. Everybody take care. Always keep fun because you never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper.